Hello, Year 8. It's Mr. Bowman here. Welcome back after the week's break. We're into the last term now, and we're going to turn our attention to transformations. Incidentally, I'm recording this video for both the Year 8 classes I'm running at the moment. That's my original set and Mrs. Roberts' set. I'm going to combine you both together for these videos. I might set slightly different work on your individual lessons, but the basic principles of what we're doing is the same, so I thought I'd do it all in one video to make my life a little bit easier. So for today I'm going to talk to you about reflection. There are basically four main types of transformation in maths. By transformation I mean doing something that changes a shape, makes a shape look different. So there are four of those, and we're going to be looking at them all over the next 2 weeks. The first one we're going to look at is called reflection. I'm sure you all know what reflection is. You all hopefully look in a mirror each morning to make sure that you're looking spot for school, etc. And obviously when you look in the mirror you're seeing a reflection of yourself. So reflection is basically an inverted image of something, and the other thing you'll know about looking in the mirror is the size that you are in the mirror will be determined by how far away you are from the mirror, and that's because the size in the mirror will be the same size as you are in relation to the distance from the mirror. So anyway, this mirror concept, as far as maths is concerned, is a line on the page. Let me give you a simple example. So if I draw, for example, a simple shape, not too simple, I'm just going to draw a rectangle, say something like that. Here we go, not sure what it's meant to be, but a simple shape like that. And I want to reflect that shape. I need to know where I'm reflecting it around. Where's the mirror, if you like? And we represent the mirror with a line. Now, I can put this line wherever I like. I can put it on any angle as well, but we'll come back to that a little later. For now, when we're first learning about this topic, it's best to put the line vertically or horizontally. It can go through the shape itself. Again, we'll look at one of those in a minute. But let's start with just a vertical line somewhere away from the shape, say here. There we go. Now, when I reflect the shape, it will appear on the other side of the mirror line. And just like I said earlier, when you look in a mirror, you will be the same distance in the mirror as you are away from the mirror on your side, and it's the same with these shapes. What's not so obvious when you look in the mirror is that you're not actually looking at yourself the right way round. You're the wrong way round. Your left eye appears to be your right eye, and your right eye appears to be the left eye. And the same is going to happen with the shape. Okay, if I'm going too slowly for you here, just bear with me. I'm making sure that everybody understands. Now, the best way to reflect a shape is to break the shape down into its corners. This shape has four corners, four vertices to use the proper terminology. And all you need to know is that each of the corners will be the same distance the other side of the mirror line as they were on this side of the mirror line. So I can basically count how far away they are and then just go the same distance the other side. Let's just do that now. So at this point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put a little dot there to mark where that one's going to end up. This one here, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we are. It comes the same distance the other side of the line, like so. There we go. Okay, so that's how you reflect a shape in a mirror line. Very, very simple process. Just think of the shape as, look at the corners of the shape and make sure they are the same distance the other side of the mirror line as they were this side of the mirror line. Let's do one where the mirror line actually goes through the shape. So again, I'm just going to draw some shape. I'll tell you what I'll do a letter this time. Let's do an actual letter, because when you do some work on this for yourselves, I'd quite like you to maybe reflect some letters, maybe your name or something like that. So I'm doing a letter A here, quite a complicated letter A. God, you never wish you hadn't started something. This is way too complicated for a first example, but well, I've kind of started now, so I'm going to have to do it. I think this is working. I should go all the way up to... Oh God, have I messed it up? I think I have. Yep, I have. This is on the wrong angle. It needs to be on the same angle as that line there, doesn't it? Talk amongst yourselves. Just ignore me. I don't know what I'm doing all of a sudden. Story of my life. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It should go to there. See, it's on the wrong angle. I'm going to mess up my Tipp-Ex now. Ah, there we go. Nearly there. So I've got a letter A, except there's a hole in it, doesn't it, in the middle or something. How would that look? Let's do a little sort of triangle thing here. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Right, it's kind of a letter A. Now, this time I'm going to put the mirror line somewhere inside the shape. I'm going to put it along here like that. There we go. And I'm going to reflect it. Now, I said to reflect the shape, you need to think about how far each point is away from the mirror line and go the same distance the other side. So let's do the top first. At this point here, 3 away, so I need to go 3 down the other side. This one here is 3 away, so 3 down the other side of the mirror line. Okay, and now I'm going to do these 2 points, these bottom points here. Let's get the sort of the structure in. Now, these are already below the line, so they're going to go above the line, like that. This one here is going to go above the line, same distance there. And these two here, same again, are going to go there and there, like that. Okay, so I've got the out sort of side edges of the A, and I'm going to just put those in, because once you start to draw it, it becomes a little bit more obvious how to finish it off. So I'm going to put those points in, like so. That one goes to there, and that one goes to there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to look at are these 2 points here. Now these ones are interesting, because they're already on the mirror line. So what happens when it's already on the mirror line? How can you move the same distance the other side? Well, the answer is you can't. You stay where you are. So in fact, I'm just going to keep those where they are and join down there like that. There we are. And then this line stays in the same place as well. So all I've got to get right now is the whole of the A. And you can probably do it just from looking at it. But it's obviously going to go here, here, and here like that. If you can do it by looking at it, don't feel you've got to measure. That's just to sort of get a basic idea. But there we are, 2 examples so far. One nice simple example of reflecting in a vertical mirror line, and this one reflecting in a horizontal mirror line. However, as an added twist, the line itself went through the middle of the shape. And you can see that when that happens, the shape itself will overlap the original shape, but it will be upside down. Now, the last one I want to show you is one that catches a lot of people out. And you have to know how to do this, so I'm going to show you one now. And that's when you've got to reflect in a diagonal line. Now, the good news is the diagonal lines you have to reflect in maths, right up to GCSE, will always be on a 45-degree angle. In other words, something like that, or something like that. Okay, you will not be asked to reflect on lines that are on sort of different angles. That's a lot harder to do, and we don't really need to do that yet. We're at A level maybe, but not GCSE. So I'm going to put one of those lines in, and when you've got to do one of these for yourself, when you're doing some questions for yourself, I would advise you to look at the corners of the squares to guide you, because you want to make sure your line goes through the corners of the squares in your book. So here we go. I'm just going to draw the mirror line first, and then I'm going to put a shape on this side of the line, and we're going to reflect it onto the other side of the line. Now earlier on I said I didn't want to do something boring like a rectangle, because it wouldn't be very exciting. However, I'm going to do a rectangle for this one because it's very easy to get this wrong if you don't know what you're doing. So I'm going to do a rectangle to keep things simple for my example. Okay, there we go. So there is my rectangle, and I'm going to reflect it in this mirror line here. Now, when people first do this, the mistake they make is to think that it kind of just goes over there like that. You sort of reflect it over there and you just get a copy of the rectangle here. But it doesn't work like that. Because I said to you that you have to take each point in turn and reflect it to the other side of the mirror line so that it's the same distance away from the line as it was on this side. However, what I didn't tell you, you were doing it but you didn't realise you were doing it, was making sure that the route you take to the line is the shortest route possible. When we reflected that point in that line, I didn't sort of go down here and down here, because that wouldn't have been the shortest route to the mirror line. I went across because it's the shortest route. We call this the perpendicular distance, because it's the distance you travel at right angles to the line, at 90 degrees to the line, and it gets you there in the shortest possible distance. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now, because this line is diagonal, the shortest distance, say for this point here, is to go diagonally the other way. So I'm going to count in the same way as I did before. It's 1 to the line and then 1 the same distance the other side. That point there goes to there. Let's do this one here. This one is 2 away from the line. See that? 1, 2 diagonals that is, so I go 2 diagonals the other side. Like so. So this point goes to here, this point goes to here. Let's have a look at these ones here. Let's start with this one right down here. How far is he away from the line? 1, 2, 3, 4. Same distance the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he goes to here. And this, I don't know why they're all male, these vertices. This one's a she. So this one here, 1, 2, she's 3 away from the line. So she goes 3 the other side, 1, 2, 3, and she ends up here, our lone female point in the shape. And we join these up. And straight away, you see something a little bit, perhaps unexpected. When you reflect a shape in a diagonal line, it will turn round and be the other way round. Some people find that a bit strange when they first see it, but you'll get used to it in time. One thing that's quite nice to do is to turn your page round like that and make your diagonal line a vertical line, because then you can see more easily the reflection is indeed correct. My voice is going. So it's time to finish this video. So what's the lesson for today then? Well, you've seen me do 3 reflections. I'd like you to do 3 reflections. Now, it's up to you how simple or complex you want to make them. I wouldn't do any curves. I'm not stopping you, but I would stick to straight lines, but definitely get some diagonal lines in there, sort of in your shapes. I'd like a vertical one, I'd like a horizontal one, and I'd like a diagonal one. But it's your choice as to what you do. You don't have to copy my examples. You can just look at the video and see them and use them as a guide for when you're doing your own ones. So you probably want to have the video open and just sort of pause it and look at mine when you're doing yours. You can take a photo of your work and send it to me, then that would be much appreciated. And tomorrow I'm going to start talking, well not tomorrow, Thursday, I'm going to talk about rotating shapes. And for that, it's going to be useful if you had some tracing paper, which you almost certainly haven't got. So I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about what you can use instead of tracing paper in the home that will allow us to do that. Okay, thank you for listening, everybody, and have a great day.